So, yeah, I think that was a really great recap.
Yeah, did I miss
Excellent job on getting that.
Oh, and Shael called Imnik. And
yes.
I forget what the what the mug said.
I think
it was a carp pun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a carp pun. And then Schmidt had one about like otherworldly power or something like that.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna post it in Discord.
I love how that's where you went.
I went to a magical alternate universe, and all I got was vast cosmic power.
What, was it something about a carby mug?
Something like that. This tastes like carb or something.
Yeah.
The week
I haven't had enough coffee for this carb. Something
Yeah,
like that.
I think that was it. All right. So, yeah, that was a really excellent recap. Please take a point of inspiration, and we will resume from that moment. You're there, just sort of off in the restaurants, and the man Tenzin.
That's what it was. It was holy carb. We're only halfway through the week.
Yeah, excellent. So, yes, you guys are sitting there as this mysterious fellow had just like turned on heel and continued walking away after uttering something he shouldn't possibly know. But he's just, the way he's walking away, there's just a sort of lightness about his stride that befits a man who's simply going for a casual stroll in a park.
Costa throws his sword at him.
I'm so tempted. So tempted.
Capture him.
What are you guys gonna do?
Did he?
Daddy, could you use your money to make this guy go away?
I told you, son, I'm broke.
Has he already left, or is he on his way out the door?
He's pretty much like heading out the door, but the tap room slash restaurant is just kind of a circular chamber affixed to the inn, the Sparkling Seal. It's not like he's not terribly far away. You could easily catch up if that's something you wanted to do.
Yep.
I want to, as he reaches the door and pulls it open, if it's within any feet.
Oh
Where
boy.
is it?
Here we go.
If the other side of the door is within 30 feet, I want to step to be on the other side of the door facing him, arms crossed and ready.
Excellent. So, yes, he reaches up and just kind of like swings open the door, and he like sees you and just kind of like brushes some hair back and smiles as he just continues walking, unless you're trying to impede.
No, she's blocking. She's in the door. If arms crossed isn't it, then one arm against the frame to clearly and be like, you're not, we're talking. Like.
My lady, have I offended you in any way?
I want to know how you know what you know. And I want to know right now.
Isn't it the business of a merchant? Somebody who's in the information business to know a few things. Here and there.
Things about your market, yes. A few things that concern the safety of the public of Darugo's Reach and the Avatar Apparent, no.
What? Whether or not I know about it, it's very little of my business, you see.
Which is exactly why you shouldn't know about it.
Shouldn't do anything about it. It's not within my circle of things that I'm worried about, but rather information that happens to have made its way past me, I assure you.
Can I just say... sorry.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, come on in.
Yeah. Oriko, after seeing Shael do that, is also making as fast as her big old giant boots can carry her to get right behind.
Shit.
Right behind Tenzin.
He's in a babe sandwich, an intimidating babe sandwich right now.
Yeah, looking down, like...
Hold on real quick, guys. I'm gonna switch something up.
I'm quite flattered, I must admit. I'm one who's been terribly popular with the fairer sex.
That doesn't surprise me.
what do you know of Marcoth?
Simply a name that I've heard. Few others have encountered him over the past few months or so.
Insight check.
Oh, please roll.
Oh, I didn't need to have advantage on my bad. So it's an
18, and can I get Oreos?
10.
1 second. You're gonna do great for me, okay?
Roll lower than me. Lower. Low.
Oriko, you're having trouble getting a read on this guy. Shael, you've been around manipulative people before. He's clearly not playing his hand.
Oriko looks to Shael like, help please. Before I smash this
Excellent.
person.
Look, I've known my fair share of men who can talk in circles until the cows come home, and I'm not interested in your game. I want to know how you know, what you know, and you're gonna tell me, or we're gonna have a problem.
Oh, we're going to have a problem? Well, that certainly wouldn't do. I wouldn't want to have a problem with any of you. After all, was it not a good show of faith to bring up that I know about this?
What do you want? That's what that tells
What
me.
I
that you
want is to
something
give a
from us.
word of warning. Nothing more, nothing less.
Why?
Why?
Is there an echo in here?
Because I've had a run-in with Marco myself, and he's rather less than
Hey,
pleasant,
Civic.
you know.
Alright, see you soon.
Is he lying?
Go ahead and roll.
My 18 that I already got.
Can I assist?
Okay, you know what? The Baron abides. I'll take
Oh
that
shit,
18.
I just clicked it like twice.
And it's a good thing that I did.
Yeah.
This whole time, there's just this smarmy layer. And it's just, he's laying it on so thick.
Yeah, it's gross.
But there's something about when he whispered that. He doesn't appear to be lying. So, we've a common golden line. Would you mind if I happened to maybe squeeze by? I was hoping for an evening stroll. Basalt truly is so lovely this time of year. Would you agree? Oh, you haven't been here before. You should take in the sights. The aquarium, I hear, is a great deal of fun. Kind of gestures as if like, so are you going to let me by, or?
I look at Oriko to try to get a read.
Oriko's not gonna let this go because that is way too much info that he just casually just like we're gonna get some answers. You can't.
And you can have answers if you want them, but I'm going on an evening stroll.
Maybe we can all accompany you then.
That's your decision one way or another, but if I may. And I'm going to have both of you roll dexterity saving throws.
Oh man, it's gonna be rough.
23.
Excellent. So, now, Oriko, I'd like you to pair that with a strength saving throw.
How tough is this guy? 22.
He starts to kind of slip by Shael to go on his stroll, and you just catch him by the shoulder.
Yes.
Can a man not simply go for a walk in the evening?
Let us catch up. Oriko's gonna look at
It's hard to catch up, and he, like, as you're turning, you're, like, still holding him. He's like, it's It's rather hard to catch up when I'm being held by a... Is this a literal iron fist? It certainly feels like it. You must work out quite a bit, don't you?
Enough to do some damage. Oriko's gonna look back at...
Nothing permanent, I fear.
You fucker. Oriko's gonna look back at Torn and Costin and just kind of nod over like, let's go.
But the food, the food.
Issa.
Issa kind of looks up and she's kind of with Torn, but I thought we were gonna try some of that fried fish.
I thought so too.
Issa, why don't you sample the menu for us and tell us what's the best when we get back?
All right. And she kind of whispers to Torn. She says, I'll try everything and I'll let you know what's the very best, okay?
Sounds good. And Torian grabs her and goes, if you can, please save me some. Please.
Oh, sugar. She kind of just like pats you on the shoulder. I'll save you half of mine.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Kind of reaches over and sort of brushes your tail with hers and waves at you as you leave.
Nick and Joe are gonna kiss tonight.
Torian's scales kind of fluff up a little bit.
So Costin sees that everybody else, except for is getting up to go interact with this individual, and Costin just has this dead-ass angry look in his face, like he does not want to move from this spot. He does not want to interact with this person, but all of his friends are going, and he's just like, you can see him like close his eyes, take a breath, and like bring his composure back before he puts his hands on the table, slowly stands up, and starts to like very cautiously walk towards the door with his hand on his blade as he walks. And he is clearly upset. It is just on his face that he is not okay with the situation.
How do the rest of you respond to this? I can assume that this is so clear that they don't need any particular rule to say this.
He wants people to know that he is not happy.
Bedroom Eyes Costin is now Angry Eyes Costin. He's done like the Kenshin thing. Like,
Yes.
excellent. How do you guys choose to respond, if at all?
Torn shall play it off. You know how kids get when they're hungry. I'm gonna go catch up to him.
Dial will kind of like, as we all start walking out the door, as long as Oriko's still holding the slimy guy, she'll like fall back to be in step with Costin to be like, just whisper it. Seemed like he was gonna talk here about how he knows all that, so best option.
It's clear, as he keeps his voice relatively low, that with the knowledge that he has, that he's incredibly dangerous. Not only were we in the middle of nowhere, known to nobody, but that he knows what happened and the people we were with. That is far from coincidence.
I need both of you to roll stealth check for me.
I'm gonna use one of my inspiration to hopefully make it good.
1 second, I'm gonna use something too.
No, suck my butt.
I'll use an inspiration too. Oh, that's way better. 20.
You guys are whispering. Well, what can I say? When somebody's well-informed, they're well-informed, right? Could you please let go of my shoulder?
Costin
he's kind of like
almost pulls the
tapping
sword from
your
his
hand.
scabbard, and then he puts it back.
Oh, there's no need for that. Come now, let's go on a walk, friends. It'll be lovely, I assure you. The city, beautiful.
Oriko not wanting to hold on to him, are you going to stay or run?
Why would I have any reason to run? Surely you and your stalwart, brave companions could track me down in my pitiful little steps as I attempt to flee. There's no purpose in that, right? Besides, can't we all just be friends and go on a walk together?
No.
Have I ever so mistrustful adventurers are? From that, maybe a bit of fresh air, a chance to cool our tongues might help.
Oriko's gonna look to Costin if it's okay to take her hand off.
He just tilts his head a little bit.
She removes her iron grip.
Thank you. Shall we then? And unless anybody's objecting, he's just gonna walk out the door and begin strolling along Visalk City.
Oriko's
Yep.
gonna whisper to Costin really quick. I'm sorry, I just couldn't let this go.
Let's just see what happens. We're here now.
Thank you, Costin.
Of course.
Thank you, Shia.
So he guides you out of the inn, and you go down a stairs in the courtyard, and he kind of is just gesturing around, giving you guys a very, for the better, best described as a tour. Ah, this is the courtyard. Many fine places to go. And if you head down that direction, he sort of points along down where the main one of the canals on this half of the city is going. This follows the beast's spine down until you reach the very other end of the city. Now, this part along the right fit great for finding merchant stands, anything you might want, but you don't care about any of that, of course.
Not from you.
Your words wound me. Have I truly done so much to have wronged any of you?
Well, you're being shifty and manipulative, so yes.
And withholding information.
Not withholding information. Simply saying what needs to be said when it needs to be said.
So a snake.
Oh, well, a snake is quite a bit different than I am. He kind of holds up his hands. After all, the appendages and not being serpentine and all. What's a bit of humor? Lighten the mood.
We don't care about any of this. We just want to know who you are, why you know so much about us.
Ah, such
I'm
an
not
hour
buying your
long.
bullshit that you're some merchant who knows everything.
I'm a wanderer just like yourselves. Come! Let me show you another sight. Follow me. He begins going, and I'll just kind of ping it on the map. He begins to circle around the other side. And you pass by a pretty simple building. It looks almost...
I was too zoomed in. Where was the ping?
the ping is kind of up around here.
Okay.
You pass by a small building along the canal where there's some gondolas. It's really more like some kind of post and like a slanted roof over where there's just like, at this point, no real workers there. Looks like they've kind of turned in for the day and walked out. But he continues along and guides you to a big cascading waterfall along the wall. Kind of has to shout a little to speak over it. Like there's the loud sound of constant spilling water and splashing. The sort of
Want
ambient
the map,
noise.
DM.
The people want the map, okay.
People want what the people want.
The people have spoken.
So eventually you're guided kind of up here, where there's the ambient rushing of water and crashing of water from the waterfall that makes it almost a little hard to hear one another as he speaks in a bit of a, not quite a shout, but a little under that in a heightened voice. A lovely sight, you know. You see there are Empyrean gems, he kind of points up, affixed to spots up there that purify the water, the ocean, the large body of water. It's mostly salt, you see.
Can I roll perception to see if we're being followed?
Absolutely.
I like how he's talking.
I don't like anything about him.
Save!
You turn your eyes from him for a moment, kind of glancing down the alleys between buildings, around the back of the inn, and towards some of the areas of the wall where there's a little more shadows cast from the kind of like dimming lights of, at this point there's not really natural light, it's all the lanterns aglow, and like there's kind of like flickering lights going around, but you don't see anybody as you kind of turn your gaze to other areas. But you do see he approaches you. It's a little bit easier to converse here. Listening ears would have to be a bit more well-trained to pick up anything we're saying. Old lip readers, they can be annoying, you know.
Fair enough.
Waiting for answers.
What do you wish to know?
I've asked multiple times. You need it written down.
It could help.
Are you following us?
Oh, that? No.
Then why do you know what we've been doing in the middle of nowhere?
It's not so much following as using other methods. After all, one can be imaginative.
What
It's good with
method?
Magic.
God, you're annoying.
She's very pleasant. Would anybody else care to talk?
She's asking the same question that I'm wanting to know as well. How do you know Marcos? You mentioned you ran into him.
Well, Markoth happens to be a rather old enemy of mine. And I haven't exactly seen eye to eye in the past, so naturally, once I found out you'd had a run-in with him, I thought best to warn you about him.
I'm sure we need no warning.
Yeah, wouldn't the warning have been nice before we ran into him?
Definitely.
As I said, I wasn't exactly directly around to warn you. My feet can only take me as far as they can. This was the earliest place that I could find you so that I could issue said warning. My apologies that it happened before I could reach you.
So, let's just clear some things up then. We've been busy about our own business. We've had some run-ins with some individuals who will, for the time being, remain unnamed. We find ourselves in Basalt. In the midst of one of our journeys to continue with my ascension towards becoming Avatar. And you just happen to stumble upon us, which I assume is now highly unlikely, as it's clear you are getting a lot of information information about us from various sources in what seems to be a pretty regular interval. And instead of just coming to us and having a discussion about Markoth, you very flagrantly drop a lot of what I would consider confidential information out in the open right onto us, which to me only implies that you have more than one motive with speaking with us. And if we are even going to take you for any sort of word, you better start explaining yourself. It's clear you want something from us, and you may get something from us, or you may pass us by and get help from someone else. But if we're your only means of assisting you with this problem, you better be upfront. And you better not lie about it.
Such wisdom at a young age, truly to be expected of the next Avatar. Though you are wrong on one point. I don't actually need anything from any of you. I simply dislike Markoth. What's the old adage? The enemy of my enemy is my friend?
But as I said, if that was the only reason, you could have simply just brought up Markoth. But you intentionally dropped a bunch of information about us that really shouldn't be shared with anyone.
Oh,
Very
did I do a
unnecessary.
bad thing saying it out loud? Maybe I should have cast a message spell. Would that have got the point across a little better, you think?
What is your motive?
My motive, quite frankly, is to fuck over Markoth.
I'm listening.
He has his eye. Well, eye is a... It's hard, the saying goes one way, but reality, as I'm sure you know, is quite a different story. Set on all of you, in particular, you.
Orko's face just goes into a, like... Just like,
Oh,
So
unpleasant
what's the
gent,
game
isn't he?
plan? You're trying to fuck over Markoth by stalking us and letting us know that you know everything and could spill all of the details to anybody at any moment?
Well, I have
You
to
want
make
us
it
to
fun.
owe you something?
Owe you something? No, I've no intention of saying anything to anyone. If I did, would I have not done it already?
Not if you want something from us.
No, I want nothing from you. You, on your path, are going to be a thorn in Markoth's side, which, frankly, is music to my ears.
what has
But-
Orko done to you?
Quite a bit. But here's where I would like to send my gesture of good faith. Markoth is not the only one that you need worry about. There's another like him.
Okay, how do we avoid him since you couldn't tip us off in time about Markoth?
I mean, I can't tell you everything. What would be the fun in that? I simply wanted to give you a heads up that you're on your guard and can go about your heroic business and such.
Okay, we were already on our guard, so great. Thank you for nothing.
Well then, my lady, you're welcome for nothing.
What is your name?
What's that?
What is your name?
Tenzin, of course.
DM, does Tenzin look human?
So Tenzin is, I would like you to, if you could, I would like you to roll 3 checks for me.
Great.
And we're going to pair them all up. I'd like you to roll perception. I would like you to roll insight, and I would like you to roll history. Or nature, your choice. Okay. Okay. You're not sure what it is about his explanation, but something isn't adding up. Tenzin and names kind of like that, you've read more than your share of Bookshire. You know you've never been to the Salt City, but you've known a little bit about it. The name seems very, like, customary for this region. Yet, this guy with just kind of, like, thin alabaster features, almost a yellow-ish in his eyes, and, like, smooth auburn hair, this kind of, like, pulled back, is not matching the typical person who's from this area. Looking at him, you'd think maybe more vicious hold, and yet he adopts a name, or has a name, that is rather not common, but more kind of like people in the Salt City.
Am I getting the vibe? My insight was really low, so I don't know. Would it be fair to think, because I, Katie, am getting the vibe that this beef is very old between him and Marcos? Would it be fair to say that Shael could pick up on something like that?
It's very
That's
old.
True.
I got that right away.
Yeah, you got that, but did Costin get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us anything about the other individual?
That would be fair. Rather nasty demeanor. Angry fellow. Very prone to picking a fight. I've had a few run-ins with him before as well. Now, Marcos, more of a planner, likes to work from the shadows of the pit. The other one, more direct. Far more direct.
How long have you been following us?
What?
How long have you been following us?
Oh, let me see. It's not so much that I've been following, as I have simply been listening to things said. It's just that there are more things that speak than a lot of folks realize. An old trick of mine.
Well,
Tell you what, I could share one more secret if it will show that I am on your side. Oh, he'll love this one. So, you think Marcoth is gone?
never said that.
Oh, I was simply asking, do you?
No.
He's not. You see, the key to it is, the mask that he wears.
I feel like we've deduced that to some degree already.
Ah, but you haven't deduced this much. You see, there's no traditional way to destroy the mask. Hmm?
So there's an untraditional way to destroy the mask.
Oh, just as a lock functions. Anything can be destroyed with the right methods, just as any lock can be picked with the right key.
But I'm guessing you're not going to tell us what method would do the trick.
Well, it would be of little gain for you. After all, it's not necessarily something you can do in... He kind of broadly gestures at everything.
I'm failing to understand why you approached us to begin with. You give us a warning that we were already aware of. You're essentially telling us things we already know. You have yet to give us any piece of information that was new or insightful.
But you knew there was another threat, and you knew that the mask could not be destroyed through unconventional means.
No, but things we would have deduced along the way regardless.
Well, I saved you time, and yet, in spite of my show of good faith, you continue to treat me in such a manner.
No, I am treating you with caution and reservation because you know things that you shouldn't.
And if you don't like how we treat you, then stop observing us.
Fair enough. I'll take my leave then. But don't say I didn't warn you. Ta-ta then. And he turns and begins making his way out there.
See you
What's
around,
up, Clara?
Kenton.
Can I help you?
No, you can help me.
Help us find out
You
who's
say
the
see you
better
around, and he
guy.
just kind of like gestures as he's walking away. No, you won't.
I've got a gesture for him right here.
Yeah, same. Marco just...
All right.
Flipping it
So,
to Marco.
Shivers and like tries to shake the encounter off. If I'm being honest, that man put me off my appetite.
I despise people who know so much and do so little about situations that they clearly seem to have some control over.
It's like he was taking the lead in our entire situation. Snake.
Sorry I dragged this all out here.
No, it was the right call. We needed to see if he knew more and if he was willing to impart any information, but he seemed more or less unwilling to do so.
Third is more information. What information about us he'd be willing to impart to other people.
Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. He knows what he knows, and that's the end of it.
No. Get out of here.
Let's go back.
Maybe Issa saved us some food. Or Torin food.
Get ready for disappointment.
We'll just order more.
Yeah.
She closed the kitchen all by herself.
We get back. They've 86'd every item on the menu. Like...
Oh, God.
This guy took my peace of mind and my food.
Alrighty. It's a pretty somber walk. Your thoughts heavy with the interaction that you had with Tenzin. You proceed back up the stone stairs into the sparkling seal, making your way back into the attached restaurant.
As
Where-
we walk, you guys notice probably Shael just kind of constantly like looking around. Almost looking for someone watching.
I don't think it'll do you any good. Clearly, whoever has been watching us doesn't want to be seen. Or we would have found them already.
There's gotta be a tell of some sort. I mean, we've this entire time being followed.
Not that we should drop our guard. We want to stay diligent, but don't need to stress yourself out and be overly obvious about it. We'll just continue about our business and see what happens along the way.
Probably right.
Well, at least we got to see the aquarium.
Indeed.
Seemed like he didn't know we went to the aquarium because he recommended it to us.
I
Or
think
he was
he
just
knew.
fucking with us.
That's more likely. Let's get back before Issa eats the whole kitchen and leaves us with nothing.
Agreed.
It's a fairly short walk back to the inn. You proceed back into the small circular chamber that is the seating area attached to the kitchen. And Issa is just like leaning back in a wooden chair, patting just like it looks like just big old gut, just patting it contentedly.
Typical.
There's a stack of plates, but there's about 4 plates lined up. And she just kind of like lets out this contented sigh for a moment. She glances over and sees Torrance and says, "Hi there, sugar. Saved you a little bit of food."
All right, yes. And as he grabs out the 4 plates, then he goes, "Oh, Shael, Costin, Orko, here you
"Oh,
go."
well, that was for you, sugar."
No, I'll share. I'm pretty sure there should be some others there.
"Oh,
Just
you're
in
so
case.
nice feeding your son and his friends."
Yeah.
We can order our food of our own. Don't worry about it.
All right. And he does not hesitate. He's like, "All right."
Might as well eat your fill.
It is a little bit cold at this point, Torin. But there's just some kind of fish and chips. There's some.
If it's cold, I can heat it up with prestidigitation.
That's true. That is absolutely an option.
So, Shael noticed that Torrin takes a bite and looks a little disappointed. And she kind of figures it's been there for a minute, so she'll wave a little bit and it'll
Yes.
suddenly start steaming.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like it's
Torrin.
fresh all over again.
You eat it, it's good. It's the crisp is right. The center is still like flaky and tasty, but like the seasoning's really basic.
Yeah, just sitting there munching away and go, "Oh, well, I guess I could, choke it down, if you know what I mean." It's not the best, but, it's doable. It's doable.
You just hear sobbing from behind the counter as this like sea elf looks at you and he's like, "Oh, fuck you!" He just runs into this like the sort of like saloon doors go open as he runs through, just kind of swing with a low creak for a few moments as they swing back and forth.
I guess we're not eating tonight.
No, it's all right. I got you guys. I have my own seasoning in my bags.
Alright.
Is this really happening?
As he
Okay,
reaches in his
restaurant
bag,
takeover.
reaches in his bag, he pulls out his black chef hat and puts it on. And he starts, and then he goes, "You know what, guys? I'll surprise you with something." And then he'll take his bag and his seasoning and spice, and asking Essa, "Hey, you want to come back and help me cook out and stuff?" And kind of like a little chef off.
Warren, I don't know if we should do this. We don't work here. We might get in trouble.
Well, hopefully we're doing that guy, that whatever he was, some good help, since I kind of, broke his heart, kind of like, and I didn't really mean to say out loud.
Give a master class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could give him some cooking lessons.
Yeah.
That's a really thoughtful idea, Torn. Come on, sugar. And she follows you right behind the bar. This is happening. Okay.
All right, so Torrance digging around the pots and stuff and pans and going, "Oh, well,
It's just like this clamor from behind, and this sea elf, kind of a little darker blue in pigment, with just sort of like frizzy, kind of like hair that looks like it just came out because they pulled out their hairnet. They look at them like, hey, what the hell are you guys doing back here?
Oh, we're gonna help you out because we've seen that your chef kind of like left, and I didn't mean to hurt his feelings too much. So
You quickly realized that was the person that cried and ran away.
I was talking about my well, you know what you know what
Man?
you know what? How about I'm like a master chef that travels the world. I'll tell you what, I'm willing to train you to show you some stuff. How long have you been cooking?
I'd like you to roll a persuasion, but you're killing it. Take advantage.
Okay.
Oh God, the Gordon Ramsay meme.
Oh.
In this moment of just disbelief, kind of like takes his hairnet out, his hair kind of parting and falling down. He says, "Wow, really? For real?
Yes.
You're a goddamn professional chef? Holy shit, dude!"
Yes. So that if you've ever noticed, the professional chefs they only have the black chef hats here, like me. The white ones are still kind of training like.
I've never seen a hat like that before. It must
Oh.
be the real thing, dude.
Yes.
Look,
Some of them
I gotta
call.
level with you. I've only been doing this for like 2 or 3 months. The other
Oh.
chef just retired, and I have no idea what I'm doing. He left. He like pulls out a few like scraps of paper where there's like some recipes scrawled down. I don't know. I just inherited this place from my uncle.
Oh. Oh well. Well, you know what? Come by us. We'll show you a few things here and there. And what I've got some recipes I'm willing to hand over to you that I have memorized no matter what, and I'm willing
And he
to
just,
share
like,
with you.
very properly. I go, yes. Oh, thank you, instructor. Like goes into a bow.
All right, so Torn's got to start cooking away and stuff, and he's kind of going through the ingredients that they have and stuff, and kind of like just chucking it like behind him, like, no, we'll skip that. We won't use that there. No.
It's the batter. That's the fish. What the hell are you gonna use then?
Oh, the fish. Yes, we'll use the fish.
That's the oil.
All right. Yeah, and after he's going through the cupboards and stuff and throwing things out and everything, and then he's actually gonna go through the fridge, the freezer and stuff, and just kind of get like the vegetables and all that stuff out, and start chopping away and stuff. And
There's a couple of like ice boxes with varying temperatures fixed with Empyrean gems to kind of help regulate that with prestidigitation magic and such. You're able to get out some like really nice cod fillets, and it looks like inside of there's not much left in the cooler. It's a little bit of emerald sea halibut, and there's also some scallops. Fair-sized bundle of small ones and a few larger ones left.
all right,
And
well,
then just like potatoes for days.
oh yes, potatoes forever. All right, well, Torn's gonna start cooking all those up and stuff, and then also he's gonna start be cooking up some good thing of potatoes, making mashed potatoes, making fried potatoes and stuff, and
So here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you to roll dexterity plus your proficiency, and just let's see where this falls.
okay.
So dexterity. So d20 plus dexterity plus proficiency, and then take an additional 2.
Dexterity. Oh, whoops. That was let me get that off real quick. I'm gonna take an inspo off. Be the first one there. Yeah, I'll take an inspo off the dexterity there. Shit. Never mind. Okay, what was that other one?
Oh no. that is going to be a. Oh my God, oh lordy. So that's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Unless you would like to use an inspiration on that.
Can Issa be helping him and give him like the help action?
The Baron abides. He's helping you out, and at first you're like starting to panic a little because you're looking around the kitchen and you've never cooked in here. There's like a stove. Like what the fuck is that? You just take a rock and put it on fire, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like starting to panic as for some reason there's like oil fryers and like pans and pots, and you're just like, I don't know, I take a fucking piece of metal and I like shove frogs on it.
Yeah, where's your guys' medals at? Where's your guys' rocks at?
He's like, rocks? What are you eating? Sugar. Let me show you what some of this stuff does. And she's kind of like showing you, and she just kind of like plays in for you, like he does like a lot of sort of island cooking, and the young lad working there just kind of like nods a little nervously, but it seems like you're pulling it off. And you begin like preparing potatoes in a bunch of different ways. You got taters going in the fire. You got mashed potatoes going. What are you doing with the fish?
With the fish, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna flay it, and you know what? Throw it in a fryer too. Fry some of it up.
First?
Yep.
All right. So you batter it. He's like, that's what I do. And like right as you batter, Issa kind of whispers, we should season it up, Shug. What do you think we should put on it?
Yes. One moment here, and then he goes towards the pantry like, and he goes, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'll just take my pack here, and he'll pull some herbs out and stuff, and like, yes, here we go.
You're not even looking, just like, sure! You start flinging herbs on it, and it's kind of like one of those comedy scenes in like a kid's movie where they're just sort of doing this, and shit's flying haphazardly in every direction, and the young helper is just staring aghast, but there's a light in his eyes that maybe is being a little impressed, and Issa's just like arms crossed, nodding like a sensei as you're doing this, and you begin frying all of that. And so here's the thing that I'm going to do, is you rolled again, and you rolled an 18. You've never, ever used a fryer before, so you have no idea how long you're supposed to do this. Fortunately, frying fish isn't particularly hard, and a 15 is what you needed to meet or exceed.
Oh, thank goodness.
So you pull it out, and you've got like golden brown. Like that fish has a perfect fucking summer tan, right?
Nice.
And Issa like is just thumbs up, and the guy's like, oh wow, half the time the batter falls off when I fry it. And he's just like jotting notes. And then you pull out the taters, and they're just perfect. And he's like, for real?
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I tried to cook fries the other day and it never worked. This is bullshit.
Don't you worry. You keep on taking those notes. And remember, the style, the look, everything counts.
How are you plating it then, Torn?
Alright, so Torrin's gonna grab like 4 more dishes. Well, you know what? He's gonna grab 6 dishes actually for everyone plus the young chef, so he can actually try it out.
I'm like peckish because of this. I'm just like, shit, that sounds good.
Yeah, so the thing he's gonna do, he's gonna like lay down some like leaves on top of the plates there, and then he's gonna lay down like the fish, and then the chips by it and stuff, and then also the lemon for squeeze it on the chips, on the fish, and he'll also have some like different kind of sauces that he tries to he knows would be really good with the fish. And Torrin will ask, well, let's go and bring this out to my friends here, because I'm pretty sure they're pretty hungry right now too.
Torrin, I would like one more just straight dexterity check. See how this goes.
Inspo, if I could, please. one inspo, please. Oh shit. I think
Torin.
yes.
Unless, do you have a D6 or a D8 or anything to add to that?
I do have a D6.
Okay, go ahead and roll that D6. Let's see where this goes. This is the last dice you can roll. The last die. Here it is.
Oh shit. Okay. 20 plus 6. Oh shit.
So you begin assembling the plates, and in your mind, you've got this vision, Torin, of like this stack of fries, the chips kind of like stacked neatly, almost sort of like fanned out on one side, a garnish of lemon, a little bit of herbs on top, and it just looks crisp. It looks beautiful, and what you put out is not fucking that. You're like, huh? And you're like arranging it, but while you're arranging it, you're smashing it a little bit. And then you're like, ha ha ha! And the guy's looking, he's like, dude, that thing looks like it got fucking mauled by a bear.
Ah, yes, it looks like a mold by an owlbear, but I tell you what, the taste of it is so divine, so delicious, so great. Wait till you try it out.
Real?
Yes. It may look like shit, but it tastes of greatness.
So you bring the plates out with a small one for your friend. And you guys, the rest of you sitting out there, while this is going on, what are the three of you doing? Costa's just shoveling ice cream. Like, that was fucking mean to me, Daddy.
Orko's watching the spectacle unfold, just amused and just wondering like how this is gonna turn out and what the fuck though.
Yeah, Torin. I think Costin's just sitting there trying to like calm his nerves. He's probably drinking some tea, some hot tea, just trying to like take in the aroma and just like closing his eyes and just breathing through it and just trying to like bring himself back down from all that tension. Just let himself relax. As Torin's in the kitchen, he can hear the commotion. Something normal kind of brings him back, and so he's kind of relaxing, just trying to get back to himself.
Chaelle's got a cup of hot tea and she's sitting at a table and she's just kind of holding the tea on the table and seems to be just kind of staring at the steam as it rises. Pretty much just silently staring at it until the tea cools enough to not be steaming anymore. Like, dissociating.
So, as each of you are kind of in your own headspace, some distracting themselves through watching the sheer spectacle of the kitchen, others taking a moment for themselves. It's not too much longer that Torin emerges from the kitchen with his crew, plates in hand, and they present it all to the table. And you're presented with what looks like can only be described as the most dog shit attempt of fish and chips you've ever laid eyes upon.
Costin
Like,
looks at
you
it.
look at it and it looks like a fucking toddler plated it.
Torin, were you mauled by an owlbear while you were making this? Or did the owlbear make this?
I tell you what. I mean, there was owlbear. I was fighting it. I was cooking at the same time. You know, things get very difficult at times. You know.
I see.
So, are you gonna eat it, or do you want me to feed you?
Put your hand down.
No. What's gonna happen if Costin starts like getting into that thing? He's like, I'm ready for my food, Daddy.
Oh Oh
Filling that
gosh.
hole that he's always had.
Fill me up.
Fill me up, Daddy.
Oh.
I can't do it.
But you did it. But you already did it. You can't say you can't do it after you did it.
Okay, I'm gonna say I can't do it 100%.
Well, that made me sad. So, you're all presented, and here's the thing though, is this mashed up food looks like a hot mess. But the seasoning, the way that it catches in the air, it smells divine.
Yeah, Costin just kind of shrugs his shoulders and starts eating it. Takes a couple of bites, nods appreciatively. Continues eating.
This isn't just food, Costin. The gates of fucking Elysium have been thrown open for you in this moment. When you bite in, the crunch is as though the earth itself is before you. Flavors abound beyond mortal comprehension. Okay, you bite into the potato, its fluffy yet flavorful interior, bordered by a crispy, decadent exterior, okay? You are having a transcendental fucking experience, Costin. You're not just eating it. You are living it. You are becoming something much more than any of this. In that moment, all are one.
Sorry, I muted myself. It's so intense his brain can't process it, and it just kind of... He, like, does his best to keep his composure while he's eating.
What's your constitution score?
17, so it's +3.
Okay, good.
And I rolled a 17 also. Just to see how I was going to react to that.
No, but you guys taste it, and it's in spite of the presentation being arguably the worst you had in a meal, it is divine.
Thank you for the meal, Torin.
Well, Thorin, it doesn't look pretty, but as always, your cooking's delicious.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
Agreed.
Yeah, and
It's really good.
oh, thank you, everyone. And as everyone's eating and stuff, and when telling Torrin thank you and stuff, Torrin's is actually going through his cookbook and kind of going through this spices and kind of giving it to the young kid so he can understand what spice to use and what other entrees he could actually make stuff and all that. So he
punch the fish into oblivion.
Yes.
Tenderizing.
Duh. It's called the owlbear effect.
Typically not done after the frying, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, so he's just kind of handing everything over, this will help you on your way and stuff, and, kind of wish you the best of luck.
Oh man, thank you so much. This is fucking cool. I've never had recipes like this. It's always just been a few pieces of paper on the wall. Now I think I can actually cook something decent here.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you can. Just give it time, and you got this.
Man, I hope someday I can cook as good as this.
Ah, yes. Yep, that's really how I go, It doesn't have to look pretty, but it will taste pretty.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna go clean up the kitchen, cause man, this food's really good, but you really fucked it up back there, man. But hey, you guys enjoy your food, and don't even worry about paying for the extra stuff. That lesson was more than enough.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
And he very quickly, with kind of like a hop to his step, there's a There's like an excitement about him as he just very quickly hastens to the kitchen. What's up, kiddo? Yeah, I know. You're good. I got you.
You know,
It's okay, kiddo.
the person was graduating your time, so I believe I told her what's not happening. Just in case you're right, listen.
I beat you, fam. Is that what the kids say? Is that what the kids say? Hey, I've got some people in chat. Can I call you Pooh Bear?
Hi, Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did, huh?
Hi, Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear.
Hey, Pooh
Hi,
Bear.
Clara.
Pooh Bear. What's up, Pooh Bear?
Hi. How do you do it?
Gotcha, fam.
There we go. I did it. I'm in now.
Get it.
My two random
Fingers.
people, one that's usually super rude to me, and one that's like friends with me,
She has no idea
literally
she's on Twitch right
congratulating
now.
me.
Hey, kiddo. I'm gonna keep running D&D though, okay?
What's that one that's
Good night,
me?
Goose.
Yeah.
I can't. It hurts my fingers. I
Good
can't
night,
do
Pooh
it.
Bear.
Good night, Pooh Bear.
I can kind of do it. There we go. Oh god, that's hard. Okay, so
Kim's got it. We're fine.
I learned from Katie.
There you go.
Katie is a good teacher,
Yes.
just not with learning to drive a manual. So,
You know what?
Why you gotta diss her like that?
Yeah, that was on.
have you met my wife and how often she disses me?
Have you met her and how awesome she is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it, so I put a ring on it. So,
Fair enough.
you guys have a few moments of peace where you're, cracking into a nice, freshly cooked meal, and you can sit and converse if you'd like to. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about or do while you're eating your meal?
Oriko's gonna bring up, so, what, I don't even know where to go from here. Like, are we still on your pilgrimage here? Like, what's next?
I think it's going to be a few days, if I remember correctly, before we get to the next temple. A day at least. I'm trying to recall. How long was it, DM?
It's going to be approximately 2 to 3 days before
Okay.
the Salk is able to descend to the depth to where you can reach the coral deeps.
Okay, so I was correct. So we should just spend the next few days being tourists. Checking out the town. Maybe they'll have some useful equipment or items we can use while we're beneath the ocean. Something we might be able to use while we're exploring the next temple. And other than that, we can just enjoy the sights and see the town.
We'll probably have to figure out some means to make us able to breathe underwater.
I think Avatar Hugo said he would assist us with that, if I remember correctly, but we should see if there's anything else that would be useful and maybe find some means of having some sort of backup in case the magic he uses fails. Just in case. It probably would be a good idea.
It's nice to know that damn mask can be destroyed.
It'll be all on us to figure out how, though.
Thinking was so helpful.
We'll take it one step at a time and keep our eyes peeled for anything related to that particular individual, and maybe we'll find something along the way that'll be useful.
I wonder, as she pulls out the dagger that she kept from the Marcotte dungeon, I wonder if this might have something to do with it. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Can I see that?
hands it
He
over.
puts his hand out.
Yeah, he
Hmm.
he was talking about it a couple times, but my mind was everywhere at the moment. I couldn't really focus, but now I'm more settled. You mentioned something about sacrifice or blood ritual. I'm sorry, it's foggy.
Sounds dangerous.
Do I know anything about blood ritual magic?
Go ahead and roll, let's say, Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah, I'm smart. I'm kind of smart.
So, typically anything involving blood rituals, it's not going to be very good business.
Is it like illegal or is it just frowned
Oh,
upon?
yeah, oh, yeah.
Illegal. Okay.
There are certain spots where it's less frowned upon. Pair it with a history for me, please.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Basalk. The thing about Basalk is, as a whole, it's a little bit less religious than a lot of other cities. There's still like a spiritualism. It's a very important element to their lives and what they do. But there's that less sort of devout religious practice that kind of keeps a hold on everything, so to speak. And something like blood magic rituals, like, it's going to be a little more frowned upon, but not necessarily full-on illegal, unless they're like flat out like sacrificing people or something.
Yeah.
Darugo's Reach, strict no-no.
Okay.
Visha's Hold, as though you know very little of Visha's Hold, we can assume based on that role and your character's background, you've probably at least heard a bit about it. What most things ranging from evil to mildly fun are no. It's a very strict area, and Ephropolis, stuff like that, totally fine.
What is it called? Ephropolis?
Ephropolis, yes.
Ephropolis? Thank you.
I'll link it in chat real quick.
Yeah, Shael will kind of impart. Blood magic. Maybe not so much here, but back home it's illegal. And what was the other one where it was illegal?
Oh, Visha's Hold.
Visha's Hold, yeah.
Visha's Hold also. It's very adamant against it, but it's not uncommon in Ephropolis, if my reading is correct.
Interesting.
Wonder what. Maybe when we get there, we can get some more insight. Or hell, even if when we get to Visha's Hold, they might know more about it and tell us why it's so verboten.
It's probably a good idea. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to attempt to discreetly ask around here as well.
I mean, I doubt we'll get much with nobody really having specialties here. I doubt there's anyone who knows much about the history of it or its use in other nations. Can't imagine there's much in the way of learned magic users.
It's probably true, but if you think about it, if a place like this is built in such a way that people don't tend to retain that sort of knowledge, this would be a good place to hide that kind of information. someone was trying to hide it somewhere they could easily access it for a later date.
That could be why Tenzin tracked us down here and not anywhere else.
This was a shot.
Likely to get caught here.
Too bad the current avatar didn't really have much to offer either.
Aside from his political influence, I doubt he knows much, so for the next few days we can, as I said, we can do some sightseeing, maybe pick up on some equipment and items we might need for our delve into the underwater temple, and along the way maybe poke into a few more magically inclined shops or libraries and do a bit of looking around in the meantime.
Ooh, it's going to be a shopping episode. It's going to be a shopping episode.
Shopping!
I don't think we've ever had this happen in this game.
You gave us 3 days, so we have to burn 3 days. Might as well go shopping.
Yeah.
I think we had kind of a like mini-sode. We had a shopping mini-sode in Darugo's Reach
Yeah, you did.
before we set out initially.
Excellent. Okay.
I might go to my room.
Yes, I was going to retire for the night as well.
Oriko's gonna take the dagger back and put it back on the hilt.
Costin will hand it back and let her have the dagger.
Let? Oh,
Yeah,
thank
she
you.
took it already. Fool. No.
Yeah. You just like look down and there's just this big gash across the palm of your hand.
Oh
Well,
no,
fuck.
accidental blood sacrifice.
Accidents happen.
Shia will kind of like get up from the table and excuse herself, and depending on how observant people are, you might notice that she didn't eat much. She kind of just pushed her food around and then took it off.
Yeah. Bed sounds good. Good idea, Shia. Well, thank you, Torin, for that delicious meal.
Oh, no problem. I guess,
Well, sugar, I'm feeling about as beat as an owlbear.
yeah, I guess, yeah, me, you, and, Costin have our room, so I guess we can...
Are you gonna be staying with your son?
No.
Yeah, he gets scared of monsters once in a while.
I think he said that we all got our own rooms, and she kind of reaches into her pack and produces the small iron key. Did get one issue to me after all, but I'll see you in the morning, Shug.
Alright, see you in the morning. I'll help clean up here. And he looks at Shael's dish and kind of like sit there and he's just kind of scraping it in his mouth and stuff.
No waste. No waste.
But after that, he'll head to bed too and call it a night.
So you all retire to your rooms. They're nice rooms. A little plain but comfortable. And that's kind of like nothing's really extravagant, especially for the standards that the cost in particular might be used to. But it's all good. It's clean. The beds are just nice and soft. It's a good, comfortable room.
The Jots Resort.
Classier than Jots. Like, nothing's old,
Listen.
but it's like it's not like over the top in presentation. It's just a good, clean room. And you all, clean up, get ready to turn in for the night. Each of you finally get a chance to like take your equipment off, take a load off, and just heave that sigh of relief from all that journeying that you've done into the wilds. And really the tumult that the last few days have been. And each of you drift off to sleep. Costin, your mind heavy with the thoughts of what to do next, but also thoughts shared no doubt with Shael of that man. How did he know so much? It shouldn't be possible, and what isn't he letting on about? Shael, your thoughts drift to that man, but it's a different light. Who is he going to tell? He has it over you. Just like before, that power over you. And knowing that it's there, that lingering feeling. Knowing that somebody can control you. It's a fitful attempt to meditate once you've kind of nestled into a comfortable spot in your bed. It's difficult. I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw. Thoughts, memories, and nightmares seem to almost dance together in your mind. Harmoniously to them, unbearable to you. After hours pass, you're finally able to sink in and calm your mind enough so that you don't get a full rest. Well, you get a long rest for the purpose of our mechanics. But you exit that meditation. When you enter it, it's almost as though you're donning a sort of invisible armor. By the end of it, it is chipped. It is cracked. It is barely holding together. Orin. You think back to everything that's happened these past few days. One thought haunts you more than anything else. Anything that's happened. You didn't finish cleaning off the back haunches of the owlbear. That meat went bad and there was nobody there to eat it. Your mind goes back to that owlbear. How could you have missed it? It's not like you. You remember those warm hands on yours as you were carving the owlbear. That smile that almost makes your heart skip a beat. The feeling of warmth when you see that special someone. Lucky thing that you've met them. Out in the beyonds, that they've joined you in this strange new place where things are so different, but it's not half bad. Origo. You drift off to sleep. More questions than answers. Who was this Tenzin? What all could they possibly know? How could they know it? His enemy, Markov. Just thinking of the name, you see that mask again. A nightmare of the mask, bound to a being made of what almost looks like a touch of shadow. Shadow that the light cannot penetrate. That pierces out in tendrils, penetrates through your chest, pulling what almost feels like your consciousness out of it. A feeling of not being you. Feeling of being in the clutches of something so much greater, a predator, hunting, waiting, pouncing and savoring. It's unnerving. You awaken the next morning in a cold sweat, around the same time as Shael. But what's wonderful commissioned song from OBP Musical. We're going to play it a couple of times here as we take 5, make a little bathroom break, and encourage anybody in the audience. Thank you for stopping by. Do what you got to do as well. Get up, stretch, do what you got to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Enjoy the song and enjoy one for the fan art that we have from a variety of sources. We'll be right back, everyone.
I like Tiki's art so much. I like Tiki's art so much. Yeah. Noob.
Noob.
That's so cool. That's rim drone torn.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like,
Isn't that cool?
that is. I was like, oh, I said, I want to save it. I want to keep it. He's like, okay. Nice. Number one daddy. back, guys.
Alright, thank you for waiting, everybody. We're going to give it just another minute or two, get everybody back here to the table, and then we will continue along. I hope that everybody's having fun watching these amazing players do what they were trained to do, what they were bred to do, what they were born to do.
Kill
Well,
your NPCs.
It's a quote from 300, don't make this weird. But no, they're just amazing players. They inspired me to start streaming, so really this was the birth of all things. But let's go ahead and open up the RP cam once again. So, the dawn of the next day comes. For some of you having struggled to sleep, for some of you having a sleep racked by nightmares, you awaken even before what would normally be sunrise. If anything, your internal clocks are just really off right now. It's the kind of thing where it's, especially coming from a place where you live in the sky, atop a great bird, soaring in that open sky above the lands, not seeing the clouds, the sky, the sun. It's unsettling to say the least. But you awaken at a point where your body sort of naturally feels like it's kind of time to. It's a little weird. You still feel plenty groggy. The first couple to awaken are Oriko and Shael. Let's start with Oriko. What you awaken? It's been a nightmare-fueled bit of sleep that you've had. What if any preparations would you like to do before setting out for the day?
Oriko waking up in a cold sweat and fear gripping her heart, anxiety at an all-time high. Gonna go straight for the shower. I'm up, I might as well just be fully up.
So they do have from the main reception area, there's a foyer going up into either direction where the rooms are on the upper floor. There is a bathhouse down on the first floor along the other side, opposite the restaurant.
So
We can assume that, there's probably like a stall there where you can just take a quick shower, rinse off a little if you'd like to.
yeah, Oriko's gonna rinse off and then just kind of no stranger to bathing with others. Just kind of quickly get clean, and then get out.
Unfortunately, at this point in the morning, not many are not many have a pretty regulated sleep schedule like you, and nobody else is up at this point.
Nice.
So you've got it all to yourself.
Well, even though there's nobody around, just kind of wants to just wake up and just get clean. The past days, dirt, the sweat gone, and just kind of doesn't want to interact with anybody. Just feeling very anxious still, and just can't get out of her head right now. And remembering that Shael literally kind of, half sleeps, meditates for 4 hours, and it's like, I think I'll go bug Shael.
Shael, you've just ended what is arguably one of the most difficult meditative days that you've been in some time. What are you doing? I can't hear you. I know you're talking. I think some things up.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I got you, baby.
Shael gets up and she starts to do some morning stretches and tries to get centered in herself and just almost doesn't cast anything, but just kind of almost within herself into that well of magic, just kind of test to make sure she got rested enough that it's all there. And then she'll actually, what am I gonna do?
Fireball the room.
I don't know Fireball.
Lightning bolt the room.
I am
Fire fixes
purposely
everything.
not taking Fireball in this character. I will be a
Lightning
sorcerer
causes,
that does not learn Fireball.
lightning causes fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fire fixes everything.
Yeah.
He's right, you know.
Oh, I forgot to start the background music. My bad, guys.
That's okay, no worries.
So yeah, she'll just take out a book from her bag and just try to like read a novel and get the day before out of her head.
You sit down, just beginning to crack into your novel, and it's just getting to a spicy part when there's a rap at your door that kind of echoes through your room a little earlier than you would expect to happen.
Flaps the book closed and tucks it back in her bag before she answers the door.
Reaching down, opening the door with pretty little effort. There in the doorway, perhaps significantly taller than your door frame, is the familiar silhouette of Orico there.
Oh wow, you're up early. I think. I don't know. Not seeing the sun down here is a little odd.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Can't hear you, Kim.
Damn it! I keep leaving myself.
No worries.
Or code. So, yeah, I can't tell night, day here. I don't even know if I slept minutes or hours, but with, she's a little shaken a bit and doesn't want to be that person. Like, I had a nightmare. Can I please stay with you?
Do you want to come in?
Yes, please.
Okay, come on up. She'll kind of like gesture her in, and Shael's room is already like, you can tell she's kind of settled into it. Her stuff is kind of spread out everywhere, and so she gathers up some of her extra clothes off the chair and tucks them away in a drawer finally, and then gestures for Orico to sit down on the chair before she kind of perches up on the bed.
Orico, seeing the Shael organization, feels a little relief in chest and mentions it. Feels like home in here.
I like to make everywhere I stay feel as much like home as possible. Sorry, I didn't rest very easily, so I'm a little bit off this morning.
I'm sorry to bug you. I didn't wake you, did I?
No. I was up. I was reading.
I didn't sleep so good either. That business with Tenzin.
I hear you. I didn't like him. I didn't like a single thing about him.
I don't like people who get under my skin like that.
I know.
We're in this beautiful place where we went to an aquarium and then he ruined it.
I know. He just sucked the joy out of the entire day. Like, we can't have
One good thing.
one thing that's just for us. And she kind of curls in on herself, like draws her knees up to her chest, and like, I just hate when people act like they know more about me than I do, or where they know things that I don't, or whatever reason they're just better than me.
It's unnerving that claims to know so much and still wouldn't help us. Just, like spoken riddles almost. Terrible Riddler, but he runs
he
into
doesn't do whatever.
hope he runs into an owl bear on his next travel.
I'd say I hope that his underwater breathing spell wears off when he leaves here, but I don't know. I got a weird vibe from him that maybe he has enough power on his own that that wouldn't hinder him much.
It's nice to think about, though.
Yeah. Did you pick that up? That he was, I don't, it just seemed like this conflict with Markov and this other entity that he wouldn't even name felt old. Like it ran deep.
I didn't pick that much. I was focused on getting answers, but you feel like he's got an old beef with Markov.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy and I'm just overanalyzing it. But it just seemed off. Like not quite normal. You know, like he just didn't fit here.
I kind of get what you mean, but I trust your instincts, and you're very smart. Like you're probably seeing something that none of us are seeing, even though we all probably agree that he's a snake. I'm pretty sure your eyes saw something more.
Maybe. I could just be being paranoid though. I don't know if I always trust my own instincts.
It's a righteous paranoid. How did he know so much? Like, what could possibly be following us? Like, how is he getting information on us? We barely even knew where we were most of the time on our journey here.
Right? That was another thing that just felt weird to me. Like, I don't know, like almost he was sitting up on some other level or plane or something and just watching, like, creep. Ugh. Tracking us.
Can people go on different planes to watch?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's people who have tried.
Too much just can't see. Hoping there aren't more nights like these. Night, day. I'm kind of miss the sun.
Yeah, I don't. This place is gonna take some getting used to.
You can't even see stars. How do they know where they're at?
Guess I just trust the Great Ray.
Yeah, kind of like how we trust Tarugo.
Yeah, I mean, we have to imagine that, you know, that they're not gonna, the beasts aren't gonna put us in any danger because that would be putting themselves in some danger. There's such a long history of us just trusting these beasts.
That's definitely a lot more to think about.
Yeah. Especially after what Zello said about how everyone up here is, or up on the beast or on the
won't. I'm military, they're pretty loud.
Also, I will get up off the bed and kind of gesture for you to swap spots with her.
Thank you, Shane. Orko lays down and just kind of begins drifting off.
It's a lot easier to drift off into sleep in a space where you have the comforts of your friend nearby, the ease of your conversation kind of lifting a burden, emotional albeit, but a burden nonetheless, off of you as you drift into a small bit of a nap with Shio reading in the distance. Let us turn our attention to another room where Costin, you wake up and you notice like this big hand around you as Torin's there.
No, my room was locked. He didn't get in.
Joe's just like, yeah!
I had a secret key.
That sucks so much. You just wake up to like, Fishhook!
No. Help me, someone.
But no, Costin, you awaken a small while later. What exactly are you doing?
So, Costin takes a moment as he kind of comes out of his sleep and looks around and notices that it's still dark. Remembers that they're under the ocean, so that they're probably not going to get any sort of light like they do in Darugo. So it takes a minute and kind of fumbles around in the dark a little bit, and he eventually gets to a spot where he gets the light turned on, and he sort of just takes a moment to kind of wake up and like let all of those memories from yesterday kind of flood back in. Trying to decide, you know, what's important, what's not important, what he should prioritize, and kind of gets his mindset for the day. And instead of just getting up and going out, he needs to. His sleep was more or less restful, but he needs to kind of just clear his body, clear his mind, and get like focused. So that he can kind of just be like ready for the day. So even though he's in a new place, he's gonna get up, put on some plain clothes, and then head out for a jog. Like, it's dark, there's probably lamps and stuff lit. Not sure if there's any people out, but he just needs a little bit of time to kind of just step away and just get the body invigorated, and he's just going to go for a jog. He's going to head in a straight line so he doesn't get lost. Head down for a ways, 20-30 minutes, and then kind of head back.
And you know, just kind of jogging out, you go across the courtyard and through a pavilion down to sort of that main road where there's a lot of lanterns lit up, illuminating the sort of main thoroughfare through this part of town. And as you're jogging, you can kind of see other people getting up, and it's not busy yet, but there's that hustle and bustle of the early morning crowd. Laborers starting to go off towards the aqua farms, merchants setting up their stalls for the day, so you're not necessarily alone, and you're passing by a good number of people as you go out through your day. And your thoughts kind of drift for a bit, but that's the nice thing about going for a run to clear your head, is you eventually hit a point where as you know, that blood rate starts going, the air's really kind of pumping through your lungs, your heart rate's really picking up, you just kind of hit that zen state. And, you know, you eventually turn around, content with the distance you've gone. And you start heading back, and there's that invigoration in your step. That knowledge setting in that you're moving forward. each step as you're running, keeping your breath in line, keeping it controlled, the thoughts drift to that. That positivity starts to seep through. That you're moving forward physically, but you're also moving forward. You get back after the better part of an hour. At this point, having worked up a fairly good sweat from that run, and you return to your room to, grab a change of clothes, whatever it is you need to do. Take a bath if you'd like to.
Yeah, he'll probably hit the bath afterwards.
With that, let's turn our attention to Torin. Torin, what are you doing?
We all want to know if you shared a room with Issa.
You did not. Issa did have her own room.
So Torin, he wakes up kind of screaming like, oh, that's just a nightmare. At least I hope it was a nightmare. I hope I did not forget all that meat. Oh gosh. And he's like sitting there kind of like tired and stuff, and he goes look in the mirror and stuff and goes like, no, I'm better than that. I would never leave that kind of meat alone like that. And then he sits there, and then he's like kind of like checking himself out and stuff, make sure he looks good, and he'll smell himself and goes, oh, strawberries, what the hell? And then he'll dig through his pack, open a jar where he keeps like some dead meat, old dead meat, kind of like rubbing on himself a little bit, then sniffing. Oh, that's better. Okay. Well, gosh, well, I think I'm ready for my day. That's a very interesting dream I had. You know what? We'll see if it's gonna be a good day. I think I'll go see what Arco's up to. And are we like in the same section with our rooms, like same floor and stuff?
You're all kind of in this, when you go up the foyer and head off to the right, you guys are all kind of in like one little sort of section up there.
Yeah, so Torin will exit his room and go knock on Orico's door. Nothing.
There is no response.
Sits there, knocks a little bit harder and stuff, and he'll try to open it and everything. And then he goes, oh no. Today.
Not opening.
Oh gosh, no, it's happened. She got kidnapped. Oh gosh, I'm gonna go check on Costin. So he'll go kind of like run into his door. Kind of like he has to let Costin know something has happened.
Rap on the door with a few loud knocks, and Costin does not answer.
Oh,
Your breath quickens the knowledge that your son may have been taken by some nefarious force working in the shadows.
oh no, he's been kidnapped. Oh gosh, no. And then I'll go run to Shael's room and start knocking, just pounding, just anxious and
Your
stuff.
peaceful reading session is abruptly interrupted by just like violent, desperate, just wham, like your door is shuddering, almost coming off the hinges.
Shael! Shael!
She like pulls the door open. Oraco's sleeping.
No, she's not. She's not in her room. She's gone.
She's right here sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bother? I'm sorry, barging like this on you two. I'm sorry. Well,
Not like that.
No judge. I mean, well, Costin, he's not answering his door either.
The rest of you see Costin like walking up behind him, like clearly having just bathed.
He's right there.
What? Costin, what are you doing?
He went to the bathhouse, clearly. Maybe you should
You
follow
ram
his
on.
example.
You're my favorite.
Costin. Oh,
Reb is getting all the best clips.
you forgot your rubber ducky, Costin.
That was almost a
Rubber
spit take.
ducky.
Yeah. Quackers. We called them quackers. Remember?
Quack.
I have no idea. Did you sleep okay, Torin?
Yeah. Like, do you know what? The owl bear I cooked up. Remember? I got everything right.
But what does that have to do with
Oh,
a duck?
I just had a nightmare, but I see no, the duck is for your bath. I mean, you forgot your quackers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I'll go get them real quick.
Okay.
Comes back.
I wonder, as when Tor's gone, Cheyenne looks at Costa and she's like, I wonder if he's conflating some of his memories that he lost to the amnesia with you. I'm very confused.
I'm a bit worried, also. But he's always been a bit strange. But reliable.
If he means well.
Ah.
Sure,
100% comes back with a rubber duck.
Ah, hey, Costin, there he is. I found him. I don't know why he has like a bite chomp like in him, but he still quacks. He like quack, quack, quack.
There's like a chomp mark and it barely quacks, and then there's like little bits of like dried blood on it.
I don't recall this object at all.
Oh, it's okay.
The duck looks sad.
I'll
It's
give.
a very sad-looking duck.
Don't worry. I'll give it to you for next time when you go take your bath or shower. At least he'll be there for you when I'm not.
Very well. I'm gonna go get changed. I'll meet you all downstairs for breakfast shortly.
Costin.
I see then. So, Costin, you kind of give a start. This well-dressed fellow approaches.
Is he hot?
No.
It's fucking
It's Tenzin.
Tenzin.
It's not Tenzin.
Oh.
Just here. This dude is like in a full-on like suit. He's like, you're also here for the continental breakfast.
It's a dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, don't mind if I do. And you see, he just kind of like very gingerly brushes past you. And like you see him just excitedly start going down the stairs.
Do we know him?
No, I don't think so. But a lot of people
Strange
seem to know
place.
who we are, so...
So much for keeping a low profile.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Costin.
Honestly, like, it's not. Without a role like this, dude was clearly just saw other people and was excited to discuss the continental breakfast.
I'll be right downstairs.
All right, Costin.
See you all down there.
But remember, I like who you are, so you don't have to change. All right. I'm proud of you. And he'll head down.
Thank you, Doran. I'm proud of you as well.
All right. Meet you downstairs.
Very good.
And what about Oriko and Shael?
So Oriko definitely will come
Cheyenne
to
will kind of, once they leave, shut the door, and then look over to see if Oriko's still asleep or if she got woken up by the ruckus.
Oh no, the ruckus definitely, after the banging of Tor and Bloodshot eyes just kind of popped
Oh,
open.
the banging of Torn title. Oh, I hate myself. Okay.
Oh shit.
So that definitely woke up Oriko and just kind of sat there and listened for a second and like, no, I'm definitely awake now. Like, sounds like they're headed to breakfast. That doesn't sound too bad. Thanks for
Yeah.
letting me crash for a little while.
No worries. It does seem weird to sleep alone now. We've gotten so used to camping together in such close proximity. And having a whole room to myself is a little awkward feeling almost.
Thank you. I was at least able to get some peaceful sleep. Warren.
Well, I'll see you at breakfast.
I'll see you there. And Oriko heads down.
Shy, was there any particular things that you would like to do in your room before going down and joining the others?
She's going to kind of tidy up a little, and then she might pull out her Empyrean gem to contact Imnik again.
Yeah, what?
Hi.
Bitch, it is so early.
Sorry, there's no sunshine down here.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I remember.
Look, I didn't mean to bother you. I'll let you go back to sleep.
No. What's going on? Are you okay?
No, I don't like... We ran into this guy yesterday and he really creeped me out. Just kind of...
Okay, it couldn't be him though.
No. He's up there.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you went to the bar tonight, you could find him and spill a drink in his lap. I just... He's a similar vibe, you know? I just feel like there's someone, I don't know, who has me on puppet strings or something again, and that night you got me out, I swore I wouldn't let myself get there again, and now I feel like that again, and I don't like it.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to get back here so that I can keep an eye on you. All right, and I will fuck a bitch up for you. Okay, so do you know when you're gonna be back here?
I don't know, it could be like a week, maybe.
Bitch, I'm not gonna make it a week without you here, okay? So maybe you need to also, in your whole situation, consider what I need.
What I need is to get this avatar safely through his pilgrimage so I can get back to work. But
Yeah, or what you need is to get them to become an avatar, and then maybe if we're going on a big, scary adventure, you can be rich and not have to work.
that'd be a big change of pace for me.
And then by, like, extension, since you're not going to be working, you're gonna need, like, a bestie to, you know, keep the assholes away. So I would have a new job, too.
Okay, and would I be paying you to be my bestie, or just,
You're-
buying
okay.
your wine?
I mean, bitch, buying my wine is pretty much a salary, so... Look,
I'm not
okay,
wrong there.
you're gonna be fine. I know you. I know what you've been through. And whoever this asshole is that's coming up and trying to mess with you has no fucking idea who they're dealing with, okay?
Thank you.
What is that?
Yeah, you can thank me with a bottle of wine when we have
What is
to
that?
get back to the
Wine?
city. And
It's been sitting over here and I still
then grab lunch with
So funny, I thought it was gum at first, like, what are you doing?
It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
over later. Not that you asked.
I would love to third wheel on a lunch date with you and your new
Yeah,
boyfriend.
well, maybe you could bring the hot rich guy. I don't know.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna go
But
to
he
breakfast.
seems nice and like rich.
He also seems like the Avatar apparent. Like,
Not yet. He's
Okay,
not
well.
like until the end of the pilgrimage for to hook up.
I'm hanging up.
Don't you, bitch! Don't. Abruptly ends.
She'll take a deep breath and kind of fix her hair a little bit, and then head downstairs for breakfast.
So, you all approach the area with the sort of dining room, and this it's no longer like it's still the same counter, still the same shape, but they've kind of like repositioned some of the tables to have some different things out. It looks like some muffins, fruit, some weird sort of granola. There's like toast. There's like a big pan of like scrambled eggs. And the well-dressed fellow is sitting in the corner, but as you approach, you see Issa walking around. Well, la-dee-da! She picks up a little bit of fruit. Well, aren't you just a tiny plum? Oh, hi there, everyone! Continental breakfast. Can you believe all this comes with the room?
Pretty lucky. I'm
So how did everyone sleep?
starving. Not the best, but maybe food will help. Tea.
You gotta try some of that coffee they got over there. Kind of points, and there's like this like, it's just like a big like sort of thermos of just coffee, and there's like a few mugs out on display there as well.
Costin just walks over, takes the thermos, brings it back with him.
You fucking rich people.
I'm gonna need all of this.
That's a rich white dude move right there, okay?
The Jeff Bezos of this world.
With his thermos of coffee. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Costin Gamwitz.
Shael will opt for tea instead if there is any.
There is a kettle of hot water and a variety of loose teas, and there's some kind of like, it looks like metal handles with like containers
One of
that can
these?
snap open. Exactly one of those.
Exactly.
That I happen to have on my desk like a fucking weirdo.
Nice.
The variety of teas are mostly kind of like, it seems like black tea is something really caffeinated to help get you going in the morning. But there is one small container of what looks like a loose leaf green tea as well.
Okay, she'll go for the black tea. She's feeling edgy today.
It's rough.
She's like, Shael is canonically too sensitive to caffeine for full coffee, but
Gotta have some anyways.
she's gotta have some tea instead.
Oriko's gonna see if there's any coffee left after watching
None.
Costin take the
Constant don't
thermos.
share it. He just brings the thermos to the table. He doesn't drink all of it.
Looking at the thermos and just assuming that is all for Costin, like, well, man, some coffee. Is also gonna go for some black tea. Just kind of bring it over to the table.
I'm almost scared to ask what is Torrin doing.
Torrin's kind of kicked back on a chair and stuff, and he has that special mug. He's like, you know what? It's been a
As
few
you
days.
think about it, it immediately fills with ale.
It's been a few days. It's been rough. And he's already on his third cup.
Roll a Constitution saving
Oh,
throw for me.
shit.
Starting the day right, huh?
I call this the McKee strategy.
Yeah. Starting the day with gusto.
You're just knocking him back, and you sit down with everybody, and as you pound down the third one, you just, everything kind of starts getting like, you get that numb face and that like sort of like warmth that starts setting in, and you just pass out right on the table.
Did he not sleep last night?
He was so energetic this morning.
Maybe it all just caught up with him in the last moment.
And maybe waking up and finding you missing drove him to drink.
No, Costin. No.
sucking his thumb while he's sleeping. Pulling his ear.
Remember, here comes Darugo.
Costa gets up, moves to another table.
You sit right by Issa, who's just going to town like, wait, what's this? I wonder where this pastry's from. And just like shovels it down. She's like, oh, it's so good. She takes a banana and just eats the whole thing. I love it. I'm continental.
Seem to be
Picks up a
enjoying
donut. A
yourself.
delight to the senses. It's just dipping everywhere.
Like if Constant or if Torin was awake right now, he'd be very intrigued by this show.
Probably very smitten.
Indeed.
He like waves over to everybody. He's full on having an emotional moment at the continental breakfast.
At least the trip won't be unexciting.
Oracle just
Glad
charged
you're
her
enjoying
tea.
yourself, Issa.
Gets another tea. I'm gonna need more of this.
Here, have some coffee instead. He reaches over. That'll work better.
Put some in the cup and hands it back. Thank you. Chugs it.
Already. Such a strange day.
As you just hear, I want better continent.
That's not what that means.
Torin's living it to the fullest and taps her cup against his mug and takes another drink.
Bryn's just shredding, and she is just shredding in another way. Just fucking shredcore right now.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand. And then, wait, I know I can't, it can't attack, but could it just like smack his face a little?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Torin's face, just to wake him up.
I know that it can't carry more than 10 pounds, and it can't attack, but yeah, you can totally just start smacking him a little bit.
Yeah.
Dump some of that hot tea water on him.
No, that's mean. Yeah, she'll just use it to kind of pat him, shake him awake. Or give him a wet willy.
you like dunk it, and like as he's like there and he's kind of like drooling on the table, you like slather it in his drool and give him a wet willy with his own drool.
That's nasty, absolutely.
Costa, no, Costa, you're doing it all
So
wrong.
you're muted.
Oh,
You're like, you dart away.
oh, Costa, you're doing it all wrong. Darugo does not go like that. Ooh, no, I got it, Costa. This is why.
Torin,
Oh, what?
wake up. She'll dispel the mage hand, so he doesn't know it was her.
Oh, did I miss breakfast? Is it still here?
It's not going to be for long, the way Issa's going at it.
Issa's on her third plate.
You should probably try to catch up.
Yeah.
Gosh, she is sure something else, ain't she, guys? Third plate, nice.
It's fourth plate now.
Oh,
Better get in there, Torin.
yeah, so Torin's diving in.
Do Dragonborn stuff.
You're both just sitting next to each other, and just like there's like that moment where like the lights are shining through from the lanterns outside, and it's just cast on both of you, and it just starts playing like we'll always love you. dominating this whole stack of fucking pastries.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you both end up lethargic heaps in your chairs by the end of it.
Oh my gosh, did you try this donut yet?
Have they been eating pastries or fucking? The world may never know.
Just kind of shoving everything like in a big old ball and just.
So, after you all have witnessed a display that honestly would drive most men to murder.
I'm hungry now. Child just settles for one pastry. A, because that whole display put her off her appetite again. And B, because it was probably the only thing left.
It was about all that was left. It's a little bear claw. It's not great. It kind of sucks. But it's like sustenance.
She misses the pastries back home, all the buns at her favorite tea shop back at Darugo's Reach.
Yep. Yep.
Especially Polly's pies.
Yes.
That I almost forgot the name of. Just kidding, I don't do that.
We don't forget NPCs here.
But you guys complete your breakfast and make ready. The morning is early and the day is yours. What exactly would you guys like to do?
So, sightseeing today?
Yeah, we should just get a lay of the city and see what it has to offer. Tourists for a day. Keep our
So it's,
minds and hearts light.
Use that.
That sounds nice.
Yes.
Alright, so from here, you guys are kind of near the inn. The right side of the city has been explained to be much of the market, sort of mercantile area, as well as many of the businesses. The left side being primarily more a residential zone, as well as the location of other notable structures, such as I believe I had called it the Circle of Trade. Yes, the Circle of Trades is located in some of the bigger, more prominent buildings along that side. And the main thoroughfare through town is kind of like an upper class district of people that are just kind of living on the main drag through town, with the temple and museums being at the far end of that from the main gate. There are a variety of businesses. Is there anything in particular that you guys would like to do?
I think Shael would want to maybe look for some, like, clothing. I'm sure there's, like, a different style down here than there is in Darugo's Reach. See if there's anything cute.
So, as a matter of fact, you're gonna hate me by the end of this, I promise you.
Goody.
Just a small ways through, you can kind of see I'm pinging along the map a variety of businesses. Kind of walking down, as you guys make your way downtown, walking fast, faces past, you're homebound.
Oh, is there some place? Sorry, I just got excited. Is there, like, bikes in this world? And is there a place where we could all, like, rent bikes and ride little bikes all over the place? That would make me so happy. Or something like that.
As a matter of fact, there's a stand a small distance from the plaza where you're staying called Papa Wheelies. Just kind of see this, like, really sort of large Goliath guy, just kind of broad-faced and bald, and he's just got all sorts of just different piercings around. And as you approach, he kind of looks down and just, "Well there, good morning. He's kind of leaning down to kind of speak to you guys and looks at him. Kind of adjust his leather vest a bit. Mother.
Morning.
Go looking for some bugs.
I thought it might be like a good way to see the city. Child's kind of looking up at him and seeing that maybe he's only got eyes for Orico.
Got it there, little lady. Well, got me a couple of bugs here. Right off. We see silver for the day, peace.
Great deal. Do you guys know how to ride?
Oh yeah,
Can't say that I know how.
I got this.
Do I need to roll an insight check to know that Torin does not got this?
You do not need to. Torrin's like trying to like pedal with like he's trying to like stand behind it and like pedal with his hands. Issa's just looking dumbfounded at it.
Maybe this wasn't the best idea on my part.
No, let's I'm a quick learner. This should be fun. Yes, and he drives one of the bikes and he kind of like looks at it for a moment and sits down and this will be fine.
Look at this one. This one has little wheels on there beside the big wheels. What is this?
That's specially designed for Dragonborn.
Ah, yes. I'll take it.
Issa also takes one with the special wheels.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
The balance.
Roll to see whether Orico knows how to ride a bike or not.
Absolutely. Let's just roll like just a general intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah, my balance is pretty good on this here. Look at this.
So good, Torin.
I'm not falling over.
8.
You have never seen one of these devices before.
Oh boy. Orico's gonna be the first bet. I have no idea how to ride this.
Oh, come on over here. The big old Goliath guy kind of shows you, just like, you gotta grip the handles here. So the thing is, you gotta sit yourself on the seat. These here pedals, they connect to a chain, makes the back wheel go, right? You steer that front wheel like this, you gotta pedal. Now, gotta sort of balance a little bit. It's gonna be real weird at first. Now,
Balance? Sounds like on a cuckoo-cuda?
what's a cuckoo-cuda?
Orico is dumbfounded at trying how to explain a giant Arctic bird to this other Goliath.
Thing is, it's easier to balance when you're going forward. So keep going forward.
How do you go forward? Do you
Pedal.
pedal?
See these parts? Put your feet on each one, right? Each, you can put your foot on one, put the other foot on the ground for balance, and then you start pushing that pedal down, and you can put the other foot on the other pedal.
Okay. Orico starts putting her feet down on the pedal. Just starts cycling. Is it working?
It is.
Yes.
See, the way Torin's riding around, he's actually just pushing with his legs.
What about his tail?
He's using it as like he's using it like to kind of like navigate, kind of like trying to like balance a little bit better. But yeah, he's on the bike and he's just pushing with his feet.
It's unconventional, but it's working. Issa is doing the same thing as she could not figure it out.
Yeah, I told you guys, I know how to do this.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your name, sir?
Name's Papa.
Papa?
Yeah, named this place after myself. Just kind of points to the sign Papa Wheelies.
Well, nice to meet you, Papa. Thank you for showing me. I don't mean to be rude, but I've never seen many my height. Where are you from?
Came from Reese's old long time ago. Figured I'd settle in, try something different. Didn't like it much back home.
Well, we're from Darugo.
Big old bird in the sky, right?
Yeah.
Heard about it a few times. Most folk back in Reese's hold don't like your kind much. Well, not your kind, but folk from up on the bird.
Why?
All that damn superstition, you know how it goes. I don't know, ain't never cared much about it. It's kind of like bicycles. About to open up a stand, yeah, been working pretty good here for me.
Looks like you have a good business.
Does alright, get by. Boy, just so y'all know, them bikes gotta be back here, or otherwise, gonna have to have you pay for them, alright? Got late fees for them. You break that bike, you're gonna buy it.
Of course, you have nothing to worry about.
By the way,
He's like eyeing Torin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
speaking of which, how much how much for renting them?
Silver piece for the day. Yeah.
Orca's gonna hand over her silver piece for hers.
Is anybody going to protest or anything, or are you all just going to pay up?
Yeah, Costin will get settled into a bike that he thinks is appropriate, considering his lack of knowledge, and yeah, hands over a silver piece.
Well, thank goodness. This will help fund my crippling gambling addiction.
I'm totally
Glad we can assist.
Yeah, Torrance sees everyone else paying up, so he's riding on over. Oh, yeah, here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright then, have fun on those. Hey, remember, you gotta stop, just brakes on the handles. Both at the same time, just front a little bit, back a little bit. Ease into that front one, make sure that back stays real light.
Understood. We appreciate your assistance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Torrance got them backwards.
Well, we'll see you.
Goddamn kids.
We'll see you at the end of the day, Papa. Thank you.
Alright.
So, you guys are now equipped with bicycles. The day is yours. Where do you want to go? I think Katie had mentioned clothes. Does that sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you roll, Schmidt?
6.
For, like, dexterity?
Yeah.
You immediately eat shit in front of everybody. Mr. Bubba.
I got this.
Y'all don't be ruining my box there.
No, of
Pay
course
for that
not.
if you do that.
No worries. I just, my foot got stuck in
Alright,
it.
hey. Okay, come on up here, little buddy.
And he, like, picks you up and sets you on the bicycle and starts kind of pushing you.
That's a good kid.
Thank you for your assistance.
Look at him go. Well, they sure do grow up fast.
Costin's just collecting dads. Like,
Yeah, left and right.
This is Daddy 1, this is Daddy 2,
This is
Daddy
Papa,
3.
this is Dad.
calling for your dad.
Just
I've
yells
got
after
3
you.
dads right now.
Or
Hide
maybe
your
your
kids,
papa,
hide
but he
your
ain't your
dad.
daddy. I'm Sam Elliott, y'all.
Hilarious. Alright, clothes shopping. Let's go.
Torrance looks at Papa and then Costin like, yeah, Let's go, my son.
You can see
And looks back at Papa.
Like, wobbling and pedaling.
Papa meets your gaze steadily.
And Torin goes, so it's like, and Torin will put like his hand around Costin a little bit, like, yeah, you're doing great, you're doing great.
Focus on your own bike, Torin. We have to get to another shop. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Costin, is this your first time riding a bike?
Yeah, yes, no, we're fine. We got this. Let's go. Don't worry, we'll make it in time.
Alright.
Shiles kind of like nods. She goes, yeah, I know. It's been a while for me too. I'm a little rusty too.
Right, yes.
As
It's
she's
been a
riding
few.
perfectly.
It's been a few years.
So, it doesn't take long on these wonderful bikes before you arrive at, it looks like a pretty moderately sized building. You can see a wooden sign kind of affixed to a post in the ground that says current fashion. And, you walk in a small bit of steps. There's kind of, it looks like an older building. There's an open deck leading to a kind of a broad rectangular door that sort of has like glass features on the door. It's already opened up, letting in a bit of non-natural light from the lamps that are kind of posted everywhere. And inside is a brightly lit Empyrean lamp that casts a soft light throughout the room, and you can see all manner of clothing stands. And there's a few people kind of sort of browsing about, and the shopkeep is finishing up talking to somebody. You look over and you can see them, and they're kind of like, they're a almost humanoid in figure, very blue features, and there's almost this ethereal water energy about them. As Shia, you would recognize a water generosity simply from your own knowledge. And their hair is kind of pulled into a couple of pigtails that go down, and they sort of like flow like water, almost kind of like dripping outward and then dissipating a little bit. So there's almost this, I don't know how to describe it better than an aura of wetness.
The essence of wetness.
It's which is the essence of beauty.
So then I take it she's hot.
I hope so.
But you guys approach, and is there any particular thing you'd like to ask about? As she kind of approaches, and she's like, "Oh my god, like, I don't think that I've seen any of you guys before. Like, are you from another city?"
Yes, Darugo's Reach.
Oh my god, Darugo's Reach, like, I've never been there, but, like, so my friend, Becky, and my other friend, Rika, they've both been there, like, 6 times, but, like, my parents never took me there because, like, we didn't have a whole lot of money. So that's actually why I started this business, because, like, I took out a business loan and I paid it off. Well, actually, I took out a business loan and then I actually bought the business from somebody else. Anywho, I've been running this for, like, 6 months, but this store is, like, the best place to buy clothes. So, like, what are you looking for?
Just kind of browsing. I usually have help shopping for clothes from my friends, but they're back home. Not that these aren't my friends, but my other friends.
Yeah, well, your friends are...
I was just curious what might be, how fashion might be different here.
And she begins to just kind of show you around. You can see, like, it's all just, like, there's not really, like, armor. It's all just, like, civvy clothes. Like, you can see, like, a lot of, like, robes, tunics, shirts, pants, like, all manner of things. A lot of it is mostly going to be, like, more like silks and cloth, stuff like that. Stuff that's a little lighter and flows a little more here. Was there anything in particular that you're looking for?
No, just looking at whatever's currently
she does show you the most current fashion is really tight-fitting vests. So it's kind of got like, it's like cloth on the inside and outside, but it's layered with basically like wetsuit. She's like, so this is pretty much what a lot of people have been going for. Like, it's sort of the best of both worlds. Like, you get the insulation of a wetsuit if you're ever gonna like go out and go for a swim or something, but it's still, and she like kind of shows it off next to her. It's totally stylish. Oh my god, you should like, and she like holds it up. She's like, oh yeah, dude, you should go try this on.
Form and function. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to.
And you go back into the changing room. You try it on, and it immediately tears.
Kind of just takes it off and puts back on her own clothes. I don't know what I did wrong.
She picks up and just sees the tear, and her eyes just widen with rage, and she just yells, "Dang it, Toki!" and throws it. She's like, I am like so sorry. Toki just took over as one of the clothing producers around here, and just like I took over this shop, he's only been doing it for like a couple of years. Please let me grab you another. One sec. She just produces another. Says, okay, please try this one on. I promise it's gonna be so much better.
Okay, if you're sure. And she's like very just like nervous to try anything else on.
The next one fits perfectly.
That sounds nice.
Oh, right? Like, oh my god, you look great. And she kind of like goes to wave to everybody, but like sees Torrance just like standing there and kind of like only waves to Oriko. Yeah, doesn't she look great?
Yeah, it's very. I don't know the word, but you look great.
Yeah, it's really well made. This is fascinating. I better change back.
Well, how does it feel? How do you feel?
How does it feel? How do I feel?
How do you feel?
So, it's much like wearing a t-shirt that's a little tighter than what you're used to. Like when you make that step from wearing, like if you've ever had that point where you just always wore loose clothes,
Yeah.
and then you actually try something that properly fits you, it feels snug without being constrictive. It is adorned in kind of like some brighter blues and greens, very ocean themed in its presentation,
Yeah.
color-wise.
Can you fight in it?
I mean, I just do a lot of.
Oh my god, are you guys adventurers?
Yes!
Have you like been out in the beyonds?
That's right. You can hear Costin, like, outside the shop, like, fiddling with the bike, just, like, checking the mechanism, because he's fascinated with how it works.
Ooh, he's cute!
Ah, yes, yes he is. That's my son.
Wait, you're his...
It's kind of it's more in title than in genetics.
Adopted.
Yes, I meant to say I adopted him. What, doesn't he got my eyes?
Okay, so she just immediately turns back to Shio. So 2 gold, and that is all yours.
It's a little bit more form-fitting than what I would normally wear.
Oh, were you looking for something that might have a looser fit? Like, I can see if we've got something like that.
No, I'll buy it. I should try new things. 2 gold
accepts the 2 gold and looks at me and she says, and it just looks incredible on her. Kind of like
Can I wear it
looking
out?
to Origo like, yeah?
Yes. Very shaping.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah, I can wear this out. This is, and people wear stuff like this every day here a lot.
I mean, like, the more, like, fashion-forward people do, some people tend to dress a little more plainly, like, especially the people that are, like, down on the farms, and along the
Right,
mountains.
they need more functional.
But, like, you're gonna be looking like the kind of bitch who knows what's up. So,
I feel like I have a friend that you would either really get along with or really hate. It's hard to tell sometimes.
just kind of chuckles at that.
But thank you. Oracle, did you want to try anything? Did you see anything? Do you have anything for tall ladies? People?
Oh, she's just looking up at Origo, and the way that her eyes widen
I'm
pretty much speaks that she does not have anything precise.
Orico. It's alright. I'm kind of like sticking with what I know. It's more my style.
I am so sorry. I just, like, honestly, aside from Papa, I don't see a lot of people that are that, tall. Are you gonna be in the city for a while? I could place it in order for you.
You're very kind, but I'll stick with my usual. Thank you, though.
Okay. Well, look around. Let me know if there's anything I can do, okay?
Gotcha.
Thank you.
He smiles, and just as a couple of other customers begin to approach, she kind of begins sort of tending to them if there's anything else that you guys wanting to look for, or maybe look around in the store.
Did you guys find everything you were looking for?
Yes, I bought a new outfit. She kind of holds her arms out because she wore it out. Man.
Costin kind of gets up and dusts himself off and turns around and looks with an appraising eye. Would Costin, knowing fashion, find this fashionable?
Let's assume that based upon your background being in what would be considered the upper echelons of Darukian society, that you know a thing or two about what looks good. You're not the pinnacle of fashion, but you know enough, and it's a good look.
It's very nice, actually. He kind of realizes, probably should have went in there myself, but no, we can do that another time.
Karina and Amara will be proud of me, and Imnik for stepping out of my comfort zone.
Somewhere
Not something you would
in great
normally wear.
distance, Imnik just like shudders. That sixth sense kicking on, knowing you went shopping without him.
Uh-oh.
Well, you started off very well, Shia.
Thank you.
Very appealing.
Thank you.
They seem to make very good attire here, I'll give them that. It looks very well.
Right. It's getting uncomfortable with all the attention. Did anyone else want to go shopping anywhere else for anything?
Well, we have another day or two. We can either just look around for today and do the rest of the shopping tomorrow, or we can pick up any supplies we might need today, and however you all want to do it is fine, either way. We're going to be out on the town both days anyways, I suppose.
We've got these bikes for all day.
I wonder if they have a potion shop here.
I can imagine they should. Alchemy's a pretty common practice, but let's take a look around and see what we can find. So Costin will, like, kind of move towards somebody on the street that looks like they're a local and just kind of, like, maybe
directed to another part a little bit more towards the south. The Cold Cauldron, as it's called.
Alright.
And you guys begin heading down in that direction. You're sort of all pinging on the map, heading down in this area. When there's a small little hill as the beast sort of undulates again, kind of correcting itself in the currents of the ocean beyond. I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Shale is not getting her new outfit dirty.
And no advantages on this one.
Oh no! Constant!
Austin and Torn immediately start to just veer off, and you guys dart off to the left. And you start going down between some buildings, and you go down another hill, and you begin veering out of control very, very quickly. The other two, you're still perfectly maintaining, correcting yourselves, and you see the other two going off. And Issa's like, Torn! And just starts riding after him.
Oh no.
Yeah. Shale's right after them too.
Alright.
We're going pretty fast, I'm assuming.
You're starting to pick up some speed as you're going, and as you're starting to veer down this hill, you look up, and it's almost like a 90s movie where you're like, huh, and you look up and you can see a wall as the pathway cuts to a hard right. Torrin and Costin, please roll dexterity saving throws.
Costin's having a bad time.
Before Costin sees the wall, though, he starts laughing, like, oh, this is actually really fun, right? Like, he's picking up speed, like, oh man, this is actually great, and then he sees the wall, and then just like, his face turns like, just white as a ghost, and like, his expression just drops.
The brakes, Costin! Grab the brakes on the handles!
Frantically try the brakes.
Oh, I got a 17.
Yeah.
I got a 12, it's in chat.
So,
Like only hit the
you're
front
both
one.
kind of going down the hill, and Costin, you just bam, kind of hit the wall. You take,
Oh my god.
just like you barely clip it, like your foot kind of hits it, like kind of hurts your heel a little bit. You take 1 point of force damage as you guys continue going down the hill and the other way. And darting between the buildings, you find yourselves sort of approaching it's a little off the map, but like the hill goes into a sort of pavilion, and there's some houses off in the distance. And you finally come to a stop. The others catching up to you. And your heart's racing from excitement.
Constant his hair, which is normally well kept, is just whoosh. Just like wind blown, like straight back. And like the expression on his face is like, oh shit. Oh shit.
What's everybody's passive perception?
16.
14.
16.
16.
14.
14, okay. 11.
11, yeah.
11.
I'm gonna say this, Shael, simply because Costin, you don't really get your passive because you just came down. You're like, oh man, you're like on an adrenaline high. Shael, you finally catch up to him and take that sigh of relief. Like he's no worse for wear. And honestly, the bike didn't even take a hit either, so your pocketbook is safe. You're looking around, and you can kind of see like the wall on one side. And there's this kind of like open. It's almost like a small little valley, but it's all still like cobblestone. It's pretty quiet down here. A lot of different paths kind of going upwards back to other spots of town. It looks like this is kind of a residential area, but now that you're kind of nearing mid-morning, a lot of people have left to go to work. But you spy something Out along towards the left. Just catches your eye. Get a little closer. And that's when you see it. Body laying limp in the alleyway. A pool of blood slowly seeping out over the stone around it. Standing above it, dressed mostly in what looks like bits of light armor and a black robe, a man gazing down at that body, looks up towards you with, he's got kind of a broad face, lightly tanned skin, and he's got long, almost just beyond shoulder length, wavy, dark brown hair. And you meet a cold gaze for a few moments as you look down, and you can see what almost looks like a translucent spectral sword in his hand. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Damn it, Nick! Okay, auburn
Nice.
hair? Long auburn hair, did you say?
That's correct.
No.
Spectral sword? Okay.
Things
Things.
happening.
Things are happening.
Things are happening.
Hi, Whitney. Okay, come.
Oh,
Hey, baby dog. She's a good dog.
Costin had the proper first on time on a bike experience. Like where you almost die going down a hill.
That moment. And like, oh, this is great.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
That was so funny.
Good times.
Oh. You gotta do it like that, Nicholas.
You and your
'Cause
cliffhanger.
that's what you do. That's what you do.
What I do. That's what I do. Okay. So as is tradition, please award each other. Let's up it to 300 experience. Please say who it is and why. And to the people in the audience, I will be extending that to all of you as well. Who should get a bonus 300 experience? Whoever gets the most votes will also get more experience. So you guys can take part of this as well.
Oh, I don't know. Someone else go first. Everyone did so good.
I have to say, mine is gonna go to Orca with the nightmare, then going over to Shael's, and you know, just that part right there was pretty. I liked it a lot.
Oh, thank you. I thought that was so sweet.
That was good.
I'm gonna give mine to Shael this evening for not breaking character, but like getting to see a different side of Shael for the first time. She's normally like this really like calm, collected, and very intellectual person, and tonight she was like really upset and was just a completely different side of herself that we don't normally get to see. So that was really cool.
Mine's gotta go to Costin. It was a really hard choice between Shael and Costin. Mine's gotta go to Costin because we got to see a new side of Costin, and he's always so perfect all the time, and then when he biffed it,
So I got this. I got this.
like just being human basically, it was refreshing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give mine to Costin as well because I feel like we're getting to like, you know, these rich kids, like Hollywood kids, like they don't get a lot of their childhood. It's like not normal, so we're getting to see Costin have a little bit of a childhood before he like goes into this huge important role.
He totally
like,
didn't have a
a
normal
leader.
childhood. Totally.
So, love that
Thank
for
you.
him.
Great.
Alright, then let's check up on the race here. Oh, looks like Costin and Torin.
Oh.
Peace.
Oh no, we get a raid right at the end.
Alright, is that
Oh no! Right
I'm
at
so
the
sorry.
end.
Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it.
Torin.
Alright, Torin, you have won. You get another 300 bonus experience. Thank you to the people in the crowd.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for the raid there. Insomnia Night RPG. I presume that you were also playing Dungeons and Dragons. Well, thank you for stopping by and for sharing your
How'd
community
your
with us here.
session go?
I hope that it went great. We had a really, really stellar session tonight that we were just wrapping up. My apologies on the timing of that. But, yeah, as far as my EXP calculations, please take 2,300 experience for your amazing roleplay tonight.
Awesome, thank you.
Did you say 2,000?
23.
Yes, indeed.
300.
Mm-hmm.
I heard 23 and 7. Is it 5?
2,300.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Glad you guys had a good session.
Yeah, that's
As my
awesome.
dad always asks, did you guys win?
Did you win? Did you guys win?
We're done.
Are you winning, son?
Oh my god, I leveled up!
Alright!
Excellent.
Me too.
9!
Very
Level
excellent.
9, damn.
Alright, well, what we're going to do now is we'll take a moment, we'll say goodbye, and then I'm going to play the credits for this. All of our artwork is something that we either own, have use of, etc., because it's 2022 and art theft is bullshit, so we'll give some credits for everything and play the amazing song that we have commissioned through OPP Musical. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Without you guys, you know, it'd still be great because I have amazing players, but it really is so special to share them and what they do with the world. So I thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you again for the raid. Apologies to the raiders who came in very late, but anybody who stopped on by, if you like what you saw tonight, please drop a follow. We'd love to have you here again. And also, if anybody should happen to be a little bit bored after this, I will raid somebody at the end of this, as I try to pay a little bit of it forward, you know. Hey, I've got some great people here, let's spread a little love to somebody, right? But we will be hanging out on the Discord after the credits are done. We pop over to general chat. We usually have a little sort of hangout sesh, talk a little bit about it, unpack a bit, and you know, I like to open that up to everybody. So if you're bored, pop on by. We can talk about the D&D and hang out for a little bit.
Yes.
But for now, let's go ahead and say goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Goodbye.
Appreciate you all being here. I hope that all of you have a fantastic night tonight, and thank you again for stopping by. thank you again for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. I hope that all of you have a fantastic night. I'm gonna go ahead and let's initiate a raid. Let me see who I've
Alright,
got on
you
here
all have a good night.
that is playing
Till
some
next
D&D.
time.
There's only one person that I see, so let's go.